Hello everyone, hope we're doing well. So European football confirmed for West Ham United next season. Which competition we'll be in, we'll have to wait and see. We'll find out on Sunday when the Premier League comes to a conclusion. We know what we need to do. We need to beat Brighton, and we know what Crystal Palace needs to do. We need Crystal Palace to get anything, just a draw against Man United on Sunday. We'll pinch 6 on the final day and get the Europa League. But worst case scenario, we'll get beat by Brighton, which there's any team that's going to beat us as Brighton, isn't it? But worst case scenario, we'll finish 7th and we'll have the Europa Conference League next season. Now, I'm aware it's not to everybody's liking, okay? I'm aware of that. However, I think to have European football tied up with a game to go and to take 6th place in the Europa League qualification to the last game of the season is a tremendous achievement. I can't help but still look at it as a 2-year achievement because I think you have to, essentially, because well, you just look at Arsenal at the minute. If they do get 4th or 5th, we got whatever, and people sort of, you judge Arsenal, you judge Arteta, there is an element of, but they didn't have European football this season, so they've almost had a free run at the league, and let's see if you can do that next year when you've got some form of European football to contend with as well. And this season we did have, and we took the Europa League seriously. In the group stages, we fielded a relatively strong 11 every game. We maybe sort of left out 3 or 4 players per match, and then in the knockout games against Sevilla and Lyon, we kept fielding our first 11, Europa League game, Premier League game, Europa League game, first 11. It wasn't really until around the semi-final where Moyes started rotating the players in the Premier League games at Stamford Bridge and against Arsenal as well. So this core of 11, 12, 13 players have played a lot of minutes, a lot of football this season. So you have to take that into consideration, and that's why I see it as a 2-season achievement, 76-game achievement to get European football, and we've done it. Hopefully we can get the Europa League, but just to get some form of European football back to back, I think is a tremendous achievement. I'm absolutely ecstatic about it, actually. I'm already looking forward to next season. It's not even finished, this one, and I'm already looking forward to next season because I've got belief, and I think this is a big part of why I wanted to do this video, because of how I was feeling before the game yesterday and during the game yesterday and after the game yesterday. And it's in relation to, I guess, hope and belief. And we often joke about West Hamitis and stuff, and I quite happily, quite comfortably sit, I might change my mind for Sunday when we go play our bogey team in Brighton, but I'll quite happily sit here and joke and say I don't have it anymore. Do you know, and the example I give is if a striker on a goal drought would be coming to West Ham, but oh wonderful, we know he's scoring this weekend. That's gone. I'm like, nah, goal drought's going to continue. Sorry mate, but you ain't scoring against West Ham this weekend. Good luck next weekend, whoever you're up against, but you're not ending that goal drought now. That West Hamitis for me has been removed. And now and again I get reminders of just how far we've come and how proud I am and stuff like that. And yesterday was a big one for me. And we'll get into that in a minute. Before we do, this video is sponsored by the OneFootball app, the fantastic free app you can get downloaded to your device. And when you download it, it says, excuse me, whom do you support and which competitions would you like to follow? Now, I don't advise following the Europa League just yet. I'd wait and see which competition we're in. But even if we did get to Europa League, we were in the Europa League, I still wouldn't follow that because I'm not over the pain yet. I'm not going to lie, I've had a couple of moments this week where I get reminded that Rangers are off the Europa League final. I don't like it. But I certainly recommend following West Ham. Then when you go into the app, click profile, click West Ham, there you have it. All your news, all your transfer rumours, everything handpicked for you as a West Ham United fan. Scroll down, click on the story you want to read it, click back and keep scrolling until you find the next one you wish to read. Everything you need as a West Ham fan is in this app. Not only do you keep up with your team news, you can click on competitions, click on the Premier League, click on Brighton, and have a little read of what their news is if you wish. See if they've got any players missing ahead of Sunday. And then just to feel good, go to the league tables, have a look at the Premier League tables, just smile. Just read it and smile. Everything you need as a football fan is on the OneFootball app. Links in description, pinned comments, completely free. Get downloaded, bish bash bosh. Anyway, yesterday, whenever we've played Manchester City since moving to the London Stadium, so 2016 up till now, or 2016 up till the return of David Moyes essentially, so 2020, whenever City is turned up to London Stadium, it's not a case of can we do anything today, can we win, can we get a draw. It's a case of how many will they score. I'm going to look it up right now. I'm going to look it up. This is Manchester City's record from 2016 onwards, right? Let's have a look at it. So since we moved, so here these are the goals Man City have scored at London Stadium: 5, 4, 3, 4, 4, 5, and then David Moyes comes back. 1, 0, the Carabao Cup. 2. Do you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of 4s and 5s in there, though, and that's what. When going to the London Stadium when we first moved in, not just Man City, you can throw Man United, Chelsea, Liverpool, Arsenal into that as well. And you had this fear. I say that's all you had really, because you didn't have too much hope. If you did have any, it was just blind faith really. But there was not much. It was difficult to sort of believe that we could get a result. But yesterday, I went to the London Stadium and I had belief. I had hope. I'm not going to lie, I was optimistic. I thought we were going to win. I didn't even know why. I couldn't explain it. I was trying to sort of justify and convince myself it's purely because of Mark Noble's last ever game. But I just thought, you know something, even if we don't win, we're not going to get smashed. We won't concede 4 goals without reply to Manchester City yesterday. Complete confidence. And we've got a draw from the game, and it's a bit disappointing to be 2 goals up and to only get a draw. I mean, that's another example of how far we've come. We drew against Man City, and there was a little bit of disappointment about it. I mean, what's that about? But the days of us lying down and getting spanked by these clubs is gone. It doesn't happen anymore. And this season, we've scored in every single game at the London Stadium. Premier League game anyway. We've scored in every single league game at the London Stadium, which is a tremendous achievement. That's something we do often. Under Moyes, first and foremost, we became a difficult team to beat because we had to do that. We had to become difficult, and we were. We've been that for a while now. But certainly, what we've also done is made the London Stadium a difficult place to come to. And I think yesterday was another example of that as well. You know, from now on, next season, if you look at the fixtures and they see, not only are they playing West Ham, when you go, oh, now they'll see West Ham at the London Stadium, they might think, oh no, don't fancy this. Because we can score in games, we can trouble opposition. And yesterday was another example of that too. And one thing I quite liked actually was the atmosphere in general. But just the support the players received yesterday. When Antonio would miss out on a 50-50 perhaps in the first half, I can only talk about this sort of the reaction of the fans down at the Sir Trevor Brooking end. But when Antonio would lose a 50-50, the players got on the fans got on their feet, were cheering him, clapping him, encouraging him, singing his name. You know, when Soufal scored the own goal, he was on the deck for, it's probably about 20 seconds, but it felt like an eternity. Fabianski's picking him up. Again, the fans are applauding him, cheering him, and it's like, we've just conceded. We've just gone from 2-0 up to 2-2, conceded a goal, and the fans are there encouraging Soufal, saying, come on, keep going, because we can see the effort that every single player is putting in, and it's just pleasing to witness, I guess. And I think yesterday was just I was quite proud actually of how far I guess the club's come, but the team's come, and it was just a thoroughly enjoyable experience yesterday. And another thing that's impressed me is sort of the mentality of the team over the last few weeks, because speaking of that heartache in Frankfurt, we never got a chance. We never had a chance against Frankfurt. After 40 seconds in the first leg, we concede a goal. Game plan, out the window. Doesn't matter what your game plan is now. It's out of play. In the second leg, 17 minutes. Red card, bang. Game plan's over with. So, over the 2 games, after 40 seconds and 17 minutes, the game was changed completely. We never really got up and running. We never really got a fair crack at it. And going into that game against Norwich, I was worried. I thought, how is Moyes and the players going to be motivated for this one after what they've just gone through in Frankfurt? It's going to be difficult. But they didn't make it look difficult. They got on with it at Carrow Road, won convincingly yesterday against Manchester City, and we've now gone and secured European football for next season. And the character that we've shown in the last couple of weeks, the mentality, I've been extremely impressed by actually, and I think it's a very difficult thing to do. It's not something you can measure. You can measure the success of a player when he's one-on-one with a goalkeeper. We've got statistics for that. We can measure the success of Fabianski at penalties. Only 2 out of the 6 penalties have been scored against him this season in the Premier League. That's good, right? But we can measure it. But what we can't do, I guess, is measure the determination of this team. And I remember a long time ago, 10 years ago, maybe even more than that. I feel old when I say stuff like this. Soccer AM used to have that thing for the word bounce back ability. They were trying to get in the dictionary. I think Tim Lovejoy was a presenter. That's how long ago it was. And we needed a bit of that against Norwich, and we got more than a bit of it. And, yesterday we walk out the ground knowing that it didn't really matter what Wolves had done, but Wolves had only drawn against Norwich. We've got our point. We've guaranteed European football next season. We've still got a game to go. We could still pinch 6 and get Europa League. I just felt immensely proud of the club yesterday afternoon and this morning, I guess. It's such a good feeling knowing we've got European football next season. Hopefully, Sunday, we can do our part. And this is it. We need to do our bit. I will be a bit disappointed and frustrated if Crystal Palace gets something against Man United. So Crystal Palace beat Man U and we don't win. That's when I'll be a bit... because we need to win. We need to make sure we do our part. If Man United beat Crystal Palace on the final day, fine. We're 7. I just don't want to miss out on 6 because we haven't done our piece at Brighton on Sunday, but we'll deal with that later in the week. Anyway, there you go. There's Gio's rambling for Monday. A pout hammer, I guess. Like I said, you've come far when you're disappointed to only draw against Manchester City. But I thoroughly enjoyed yesterday. Thought there was a really good atmosphere. I thought there were some really good performances individually, especially. I thought Antonio was fantastic up front. I thought Bowen was unbelievable. How clinical is Jared Bowen? 12 goals and 10 assists in the Premier League this season. What is it? 29 goals and assists in all competitions or something. It was big numbers, stupid numbers for Jared Bowen. I thought Souček was really good in the centre of the park next to Declan Rice. I thought Fabianski was great. I thought, even though we're sort of poor performance yesterday, I thought had an okay game, if that makes sense. So lots to be happy about yesterday. But hopefully we can just do it one more. Match day 76 out of 76 over a 2-game season in the league. Can we get the Europa League? Well, we can. Will we? We'll deal with that later in the week. Anyway, tomorrow's video is about Jared Bowen, so I shall catch you then if you don't mind tuning in. But if you enjoyed this one, please do drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you tomorrow.